Welcome to Tripp. Welcome back. This is day 6 of navigating the holidays with family. We're in the home stretch. Last time we talked about taking a few quiet moments to help us return to a state of calm. One of the reasons this is so important is that it helps us connect with mindfulness and also a sense of compassion for ourselves and others. As we pay attention to our own needs, we can also become present to what the people around us are thinking and feeling, using that as context for understanding and then offering grace. The holidays can feel like our greatest trial when it comes to maintaining a compassionate mindset. So let's dive in together. When dealing with family members, it can be difficult to remember that we're all doing our best with the resources, information, and skills that we currently have. Often we get so caught up in old stories and grudges and patterns of behavior that we forget to connect with one another's humanity. Even people who may feel toxic or seem to make choices that don't serve themselves or the people around them are still human, with their own struggles and hopes, all sharing a desire to be happy. Recognizing this presents an opportunity for us to rise to the challenge of continuing to be compassionate, even when we don't particularly want to. This is a gift we are giving to ourselves as much as to them, because compassion and forgiveness feel better in our bodies than do anger and spite. Today, your breath will be an offering of healing for yourself, for others, for the planet as a whole. As you inhale, feel yourself fill with white, healing light. And as you exhale, send that white light out to whoever needs it. Maybe someone you love, or someone you don't even know, who may need some extra support right now. As you breathe, you heal. Inhale white, healing light. Hold, allowing it to infuse your body. And exhale compassion and love. Whether you hold a specific person in your mind that you're sending healing energy to, or whether you're sending out light and love to the entire universe, remember that we cannot give what we don't have. So always fill yourself with light before you direct it outwards. Inhale all that is good. Hold it within you. And send it out to others. When you are ready to move on, look into the light and we'll proceed. It's possible to practice opening our hearts even toward difficult people. If it feels hard, we can allow and accept everything we're feeling, allow it to flow through us and out of us, and then return our focus to our shared humanity. Bring to mind someone who can feel challenging. Notice any feelings that come up and breathe into them. Now allow any positive memories you've shared with that person to float to the surface of your mind. How does that feel in your body? Are there aspects of that person that you appreciate? Can you recognize that they have their own struggles in life and their own desire to be happy? Can you glimpse their humanity? Take a few more breaths and see if you can feel compassion for them, and notice how that feels. The giving and receiving breath can help us find peace and equanimity as we bring comfort to ourselves and share our compassion and love for all beings everywhere. Inhale white, healing light. Hold, allowing it to infuse your body, and exhale healing, compassionate energy. Notice how it feels in your body when you fill yourself with light and share it with the world. Inhale white light. Hold its healing energy within you and send it out to others. Look into the light when you're ready to move on. When it comes to compassion, it helps to remember that forgiving someone does not excuse their behavior, and that we extend the grace of forgiveness for ourselves more than for the other person, so that we don't continue to carry unnecessary burdens of troubling emotions. This isn't always easy, especially when it comes to close relationships within the family. So for today's exercise, start simply with the intention for compassion to grow in your heart. How might you support your future self in building and maintaining a compassionate mindset? It might be practicing loving kindness meditation, or writing a letter to them that you don't need to send. How can you let go of old feelings and open up your heart to feelings of care? It will be so much easier to face the holidays if we can do so with an unburdened heart, and much easier to find compassion and joy, which is the next day's topic. Welcome to Tripp. Welcome back to Navigating the Holidays with Family. This is our final day. Hopefully by now you're feeling much more prepared for any of the stresses that might come up during the holiday season. But while we want to prepare for any eventuality, we want to ensure that we're focusing our intention on our true desire, to truly enjoy ourselves and one another's company. So for this last day of our challenge, let's really lean into the joy of what we want to experience. Joy can mean different things to each of us, particularly at this time of year. But one common characteristic is that it feels good and can balance out our negativity bias. So when we choose to be present to those happy feelings, whether during the little moments or the big, we make it easier to continue feeling happy and relaxed. But we do need to remember that we have choices. We each have the power to shift our perspective or shift our focus, to see the bright sides, silver linings, and happy accidents. Often we can also choose to enjoy one another's company rather than get caught up in old feelings. It all comes back to our intention. Today's exercise is called the humming breath. We'll keep our mouths closed, inhaling and exhaling through our nose. And as we exhale, we'll make a gentle humming sound, like a bee. Inhale through your nose. Hold it. And exhale through your nose while humming. Humming is a great way to calm your nervous system and build resilience. Feel the vibrations of your humming through your neck and your chest, and maybe even down to your belly. Allow it to calm and soothe you. When you are ready to move on, look into the light and we'll proceed. Over the course of this challenge, we've explored a lot. So let's take a few moments to reconnect with our deepest intention for the holidays. What do you wish most for yourself to experience? Let's also recall our boundaries, how to take breaks, and maintain resilience, how we want to communicate and stay connected with compassion for ourselves and others. How do they all fit together? Now that you've done all this reflection, what does an ideal holiday season look like to you? How will it feel to honor your own needs and prioritize your well-being? What might be possible for you and those with whom you spend the holidays? The humming breath in ancient tradition is called Brahmari, which is the Sanskrit word for bee. As we exhale and hum, we release the tension built up in our neck and face and create a sense of deep relaxation. Inhale through your nose. Hold it, and Exhale through your nose while humming. Allow the vibrations to fill your body anywhere you might feel tension. Look into the light when you're ready to move on. Some days will be easier than others. This is a process of growing and discovering. We get to give ourselves grace and compassion just as we extend it to others. And the more we're able to recenter in a place of compassion and joy, the better off we will be in mind and body. As you move forward from this challenge, remember that you have choices. You get to ask for what you need and want, and to be present to others' requests in return. Together, you can co-create experiences that are truly joyful for everyone. And you have all of the tools and resources you need to accomplish that. Wishing you the happiest of holidays, and be well. Welcome to Tripp. Resting is an important component of our physical and mental health. But when resting goes on too long, inertia sets in. It's one of the core laws of physics. This simply means an object at rest tends to stay at rest. Many of us have experienced this after sitting for long hours on the couch. It's good to nourish ourselves with relaxation, but then there can also be too much of a good thing. In these situations, we need to build momentum, break the inertia that's holding us in place, because an object in motion tends to stay in motion, and movement is truly important to our physical and mental health. As we begin the process of building momentum, it can be useful to think of baby steps, tiny bits of progress that don't require a lot of energy in and of themselves, but they do help us create that feeling of movement. We can even turn it into a game, trying to identify the smallest increment that can reasonably be considered progress. The smaller the task, the less daunting it will be, allowing us to simply get up and complete it. In that moment, inertia has been broken. Like a magic spell that has suddenly lifted, we are no longer held captive. This allows us to identify the next small increment of progress that we can take on. Today's practice is box breathing. Research shows that it's one of the most effective ways to calm your nerves, lower blood pressure, and create an almost immediate sense of calm. You'll inhale deeply for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. This measured, symmetrical pattern of breath quickly shifts us into a relaxed state of mind. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Now hold for a slow count of 4. And exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 4, expelling the air completely until your belly is empty. Over time, through practice, this will feel more comfortable. When you are ready to move on, look into the light and we'll proceed. Each time we complete these baby steps, these increments of progress, it's helpful to celebrate them, even in small ways such as a silent compliment to ourselves or a smile of recognition at what we accomplished. These mini celebrations activate our internal reward system, sending dopamine and endorphins to our brain to boost our mood and our energy, making it easier to move on to the next step. It may feel silly at first to celebrate something so tiny, but give yourself that gift. Celebrate your wins, regardless of the size. By doing so, you'll make everything else in life more enjoyable. When we breathe intentionally with structure, it allows us to activate the vagus nerve and stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. Box breathing is one of the best ways to lower anxiety and improve your mood. Breathe in deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Now hold for 4. And breathe out slowly through your mouth for a count of 4, releasing completely until your belly deflates. Over time, this will become very natural. Look into the light when you're ready to move on. As we become more comfortable with this process, we can begin to consciously use the energy that comes from completion to propel us forward into our next endeavor. We can harness our own momentum and apply it towards activities that historically had seemed unmanageable. By taking action, without even realizing it, we can shift into a state of flow, using the kinetic energy within us towards opportunities that we may never have considered possible before. This process is useful for more than just getting off the couch. Athletes use it to train Novelists use it to structure and write their books. Any large task can be broken up into smaller pieces that build on one another, enabling us to embark into territory and achieve things we had once only dreamed of.